Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Who the Hell Asked. I am your host, Slade, with Byron today. How's it going, Byron?
Hey, it's going good. It's going good.
Good. So, this was a pretty eventful week overall. We had Gamescom throughout the beginning and middle of the week.
Yep.
And we got some pretty interesting announcements for there. So, why don't we go ahead and get started? So, we finally got a release date for Halo Infinite.
Yes, we did. December 8th, 2021, and that is for the multiplayer, the free-to-play multiplayer, and I assume the single-player campaign, because co-op campaign, and I think Forge, or like whatever the creative mode is in Halo, that's not going to be there at launch.
Yeah, I definitely thought the decision for the campaign to be single player only was definitely a very strange one.
Well,
I imagine it's some just develop it hijinks. They're probably like behind schedule or something.
Yeah, because it's coming down the line.
But definitely very interesting. I don't know necessarily whether that's a good look for Halo or not overall. But yeah, December 8th. So a full year after it was initially planned to come out. So, Byron, your thoughts?
Well, probably 13 months, actually, considering it was probably going to be out alongside the Xbox, both the Series S and X.
That's true, as like a launch title. So,
yeah. COVID certainly affected this game. The fact they're going with seasons, it makes sense. Every other Battle Royale, seemingly, is going with seasons.
Yeah. And with the multiplayer being free to play, I guess that makes sense overall. You're really just paying for the campaign experience.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're not really getting a whole lot for your money there, considering the campaign single player only on release. So
we don't know how much the campaign's going to cost.
Overall, I guess it was good to finally get news from that game, but
we have other news, Halo news. So 2 Halo-themed things are coming.
Yeah, so there's going to be a Halo-themed Xbox Series X controller. Looks pretty sweet. And a Xbox Series X.
I fucking called this at the beginning of the year. I said, like, Halo's getting a special edition console. And I actually really like the look of the console.
Yeah, I do think it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, the Galaxy black, the silvers, the like gold trims. Looks good. Looks so good.
And I believe those are also coming out December 8th along with the release of the game.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
All right. Yes. So for more Gamescom news, there was a pretty interesting game that was shown off called DokeV.
Oh, yes.
And it appears to be some sort of open world exploration collectathon, but also simultaneously like a beat 'em up. And I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. That's definitely a way to describe it. I think you said when we were, watching this together, it was busy.
Yeah, very busy.
Yeah, busy was the word to describe it. I have a few pictures on screen that I'm going to scroll through to show how busy it is. And the character designs reminded me so much of Balan Wonderworld.
Honestly,
at
yeah.
At least the human characters. I kind of got that vibe, which, considering how Balan Wonderworld was, that's not a vibe you want.
Yeah, so, the more I watch this trailer overall, like, I'm just not sure what to think of it overall. Like, I think there's probably going to be a lot to do in this game.
Yes.
I feel like they're really advertising that you can interact with, like, lots of objects and do
lots
all sorts
of monsters.
Things.
Yeah, and lots of monsters. Because there was, like, anteaters, polar bears, other animals. There's big bosses, so it's, in a way, it's kind of like an MMO. Where you have, like, a big raid boss you gotta take down.
The mobility in this game seems crazy too. You can ride skates, skateboards. You could practically fly.
Yeah, like
Like,
it's like you have to watch this trailer. Like us talking about it doesn't do it the weird justice, but you will come out of that trailer, I guarantee you, going, "What the fuck is this?"
oh yeah. So,
Like,
did that get a release date at all, Byron?
no, it got a logo. It got a logo, and that's
That's
fucking
about
it.
it. Yeah. So I guess we'll be keeping an eye on that. I know it's probably going to release on PC and current gen platforms.
So I actually just pulled up platforms. As of right now, it apparently is on PS4, Xbox One, and Windows.
Oh, so they're not even putting on current gen platforms. That's really
As of
interesting.
right now, I assume though they are.
Gotcha. Probably something further down the line then. All
Yeah.
right, so on to the next interesting game of the list. There was one that was particularly cultish, if I must say. Cult of the Lamb.
Damn.
So,
Yeah.
this game looks really interesting. I feel like most of what we saw were just cinematic cutscenes, but they had its fair share of gameplay showed off as well. It kind of reminds me of a roguelike to an extent. I'm not sure if that's what type of game this is. But
Yeah, this I at first I got Binding of Isaac vibes.
yeah. And it appears that you build your power through, the worship of all the residents of the town you're building.
Yes.
And then you use that power to go out and collect more towns members and objects for building your town and things like that. So as I said, I'm getting roguelike vibes from this.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I would be shocked if it's not a roguelite. Wait, roguelite or roguelite? I will get those two confused till the end of fucking
oh, I
time.
will too, bro. I will too. But overall, this looks like this could be a really interesting game. There's definitely
and
one that caught my attention when I was watching Gamescom.
It caught mine too. Speaking of catching attention, how about Morgana is gonna be in Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania
Yeah,
Another
so
crossover.
Morgana will be joining Kiryu from the Yakuza series as a guest
Yeah.
character. And another series owned by Sega, because Sega owns Atlas, the Persona
brand
and Shin Megami
at
Tensei
work.
series.
Yep, brand cohesion at work, my man.
Yep, so that was pretty interesting news overall. I was pretty surprised by that.
And they also showed off all 12 of the mini games, and they look so good, and I'm happy about that. But you still can't play them online unless you use like Steam Remote Play or Parsec. So
Yeah.
due to that, but great that the mini games were shown off. Speaking of things shown off, Horizon. Got it
Horizon,
released
that is
in time.
correct. So finally, we finally know when Horizon Forbidden West comes out. That will come out in February. of
Yep,
next
February
year.
18th, 2022, one day after my 25th birthday.
Yeah, and probably just knocking on wood here, but the game looks gorgeous. It's going to be a lot of fun. That was not all the Horizon content we got, though. We also got a update to Horizon Zero Dawn. The PS5 version will have a 60 FPS update.
Yes, it is getting the PS5 features update, yeah.
So, definitely something to keep an eye on there. I wonder if this will spell other PS4 titles with PS5 releases also getting PS5 specific updates or not. But
I imagine they would. I would be shocked if they don't, but
and this is old news, but something they showed off. Aloy will also be in Genshin Impact as well. I believe that update is also coming pretty soon.
yep. And if you haven't seen the design, Alloy's design It's weird to see Alloy in like an anime style. That's
Oh
that's all
yeah,
I'm-
for sure, for sure.
Speaking of things that are weird to see in other art styles, fucking Fall Guys cross the Jungle Book.
Yeah. So, if I'm not
So-
mistaken, Jungle Book is a Disney IP, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So, while for those who haven't played Fall Guys, the season 5 theme is jungle. So, like, from the perspective of like, okay, theming a special costume to the theme of the season, it makes all the sense in the world. It's just so weird for me to see these Disney characters in Fall Guys costumes. We've got Mowgli, Baloo, Shere Khan. Check for availability on the blog. And the big one is the monkey, King Louie, in an in-game event. And let me describe to you. So, during this season of Fall Guys, there have been in-game events for Ratchet and Clank, where you have to do certain events, and you unlock bits and pieces of a total, like, cohesive, like, outfit, and colors, and taunts, and stickers and all that stuff. So I assume King Louie is gonna get the Ratchet and Clank treatment.
And
But it's still so fucking weird to see these characters.
oh,
to
for
see a
sure.
Disney
And we
IP
don't
in
know
Fall-
what this will mean for Fall Guys moving forward. Are we going to see more Disney IPs
Maybe.
included as costumes, like moving forward? Is this just a one-time thing? Like,
Well, if there's a one-time thing, it fits the theme of the season. If not,
that's true with it being a jungle-themed season. And
could we see Sora?
Oh my god.
Guys.
That
Could we-
would be something else, but I believe we've already seen Square Enix content and Fall Guys 2B.
Yeah,
is
2B. So
playable
it's very
with Fall Guys.
possible.
Yeah, it is
Oh
indeed
my-
possible. So
We getting Goofy, Donald, Mickey.
that would require Disney to hella put their stamp on this game. I would be shocked.
Well, they put their stamp on this game a little bit by giving them the Jungle Book.
Yeah, but like that's one of their more obscure like IP overall.
That's true. That is absolutely
You
true.
kind of figure something you could just toss at the wall. If it sticks, yay. If it doesn't, you didn't really lose anything.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, really, really interesting.
Yeah,
I definitely think this comes up the crossover we didn't ask for but needed.
so one character in particular got a lot of attention this week.
Yeah, so April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will be appearing in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, that old school beat 'em up game that's being made by .emu. And
Yes, that's right.
more shockingly, and this caught everybody off guard, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which we have covered pretty extensively on the channel.
Here on the
before.
channel, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
announced
first,
on
yeah.
opening night live for the .emu game,
yeah,
and
April
then
is going to be
the-
playable.
yeah, will be playable. She seems to rip some moves from like fucking Street Fighter. A lot of people have like pointed comparisons in that game.
Yep.
And then the day after, just kind of out of left field, she got announced for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl as the third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rep. And
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, I think that'll be it for representation of the Teenage Mutant
It
Turtles.
feels like it'll be it. But first, there's something I want to mention with TMNT Shredder's Revenge. So, at the end of the trailer, they showed her standing with the turtles, and there's a gap for a potential 6th playable character. If going to be a 6th playable character, which at this point there has to be IMO. Who do you think it is from the TMNT, from your very limited knowledge of the TMNT universe?
About to say, Master Splinter seems like it'd be like a pretty good no-brain choice overall.
Ooh, that could be a good one. I think
Or what's his name? Casey, the guy with the hockey mask.
yeah, Casey Jones. I think
Yeah,
it's,
Casey Jones. I think Casey Jones is probably the most likely. I
Yeah.
feel like Master Splinter would probably be like come up second in that race. Long shot. but maybe Shredder himself? That'd be pretty surprising.
That'd be weird, but you know what? It's the video game industry in 2021. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah. So back to the main attraction, Nick All Stars.
Yeah, so her appearing in Nick All Stars was really fascinating because some people have kind of pieced together a theory about how many stages that have been showed off versus how many characters have been showed off for a series.
Yep.
And that, with April O'Neil being the third character, if that theory was to line up where every character kind of got their own home stage or whatever, then that would mean that April O'Neil would be our third and last TMNT rep overall. And this would be the first game that featured the Ninja Turtles that did not have all of them as playable.
Yeah. Which to me feels weird.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like any game featuring the Turtles, if you don't have all of them as playable, then it's like, do you really have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It's just
unless the two turtles have like alt costumes for the other turtles, which would be wild.
Like, you gotta understand they all wield different types of weapons, like too. Because like with Michelangelo and Leonardo, they would, even if they had like a Raphael and Donatello skin like as alternatives, like, you're still not representing those characters properly because their fighting style and everything would be completely and totally different. So,
yep, absolutely.
Overall, really, really interesting pick. And I think with April O'Neil, she was the last character that fills out the silhouettes on the box art. So every other character has been, identified for the most part. Not officially announced or revealed, but identified. So a lot of people kind of speculate that the girl at the top right would have been like an adult version of Dora the Explorer or something. But no, it was April O'Neil the whole time. I have to say, I'm pretty stunned.
Yeah. Speaking of stunned, maybe it was just me. I was stunned at who the other one was, because there was one other character revealed at future game show as part of Gamescom. CatDog.
Yeah, so CatDog to me looks like he is they should say, have a fascinating moveset potential, being a character that faces both ways simultaneously.
Yeah, they both attack. Which I don't think there's a character that does that even in like Smash.
No, there isn't. So I know Min can like swing forward and then swing behind her. But, like, it's not really quite the same as, like, CatDog being a character that simultaneously faces in two separate directions. A lot of really cool references, like Buff Dog and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
absolutely.
Overall, CatDog was another character that was identified as a silhouette on the box art. So I'm not as surprised as Byron to see them here. Because I think at this point, the only characters that are on the box art that we know are coming that aren't currently revealed are Aang, Korra, and Ren and Stimpy. I believe everybody else on the box art's been identified and announced for the game.
Yeah, and speaking of Avatar, I don't remember which character's trailer it was, but I did see an Avatar stage that I don't think we have seen before.
Actually, yeah. So we have a total of 3 Avatar stages revealed. There's the Western Air Temple, that one place from Legend of Korra. It always slips my mind what to call it. And a third stage with the Earth Kingdom with a really funny reference to the cabbage salesman. For those of you that don't know, and I don't think Byron knows either because I don't think he's watched the show.
No, I do not know.
The cabbage salesman had a running gag in the show where his cart of cabbages would get destroyed in like random instances. They'd be like, "No, my cabbages!" And like, it's a pretty funny recurring gag. So I'm hoping you get to destroy his cabbage cart while you're fighting. But with 3 avatar stages, this potentially means that we could be seeing a third avatar character outside of just Aang and Korra. And it's got a lot of people speculating that if people are like themed to have their own home stages, that could potentially lead to the third character possibly being Toph.
Potentially. And well, speaking of characters, let me bring something up here. So when it was announced that there were going to be Nick characters announced at Future Game Show, they had an image made during the announcement trailer that there are only going to be 8 more characters revealed. We now know 2 of the 8, that being CatDog and April O'Neil.
That is correct. So basically, this has a lot of people kind of like speculating what those remaining characters are. Right now, it shows that we have a total of 22 slots. I would lead this to believe that those are the full slots for the base roster.
Yeah, which is not too bad for a game like this.
So, a lot of interesting things to take in here. So, first and foremost, we already know at least 3, possibly 4 of the slots, depending on how they characterize it. We know Aang and Korra are coming because of the box art. So that's 2 slots right there. Ren and Stimpy are other characters we are aware that they are coming. But the thing is, we don't know if they're going to be individual slots or if they're going to be a paired character like the Ice Climbers. There's a lot of speculation that they'd be a paired character simply because the show's called Ren and Stimpy, and they're kind of like a duothon. Like, you can't have one but not have the other, right? So,
well, you could have technically said the same damn thing about the turtles.
Yeah, that's actually crazy that we're only getting 2 of the turtles, by the way. Yeah. Like, absolutely wild. So, because of this, there's a lot of speculation for the remaining 4, potentially 5 characters, depending on how Ren, Stimpy are designed and made.
Yeah.
As to who they could be. So, we might put another video on that eventually, but that is not going to be today.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting, though, with Nick All-Stars. Who is left? Where? When will they be revealed? But yeah, so once again, CatDog and April O'Neil were the 2 revealed at a future game show as part of Gamescom 2021.
Oh yeah, so I think that covers it for news this week, unless I'm missing anything else we need to go over.
No, that covers it all for this week. For this week in gaming news, it was all about Gamescom.
That's right. So this has been Slade.
And this has been Byron. We will see you all later. Hope you all have a good day, good night, goodbye. And for those of you in Louisiana, good luck. Good luck with Hurricane Ida.
Yeah, my heart goes out to you guys. I hope that Hurricane Ida isn't as bad as it's projected. But anyway, that's it, everyone. We will see you next time.